World leaders are ready to take the stage this Friday in Buenos Aires as they kick off the G20 summit. President Donald Trump was expected to meet with Russian President Vladimir Putin. Trump even gave a statement saying that he was expecting to meet with him. That is until he took to Twitter just minutes later on Thursday morning and canceled the meeting, citing Russia's seizure. He wrote, "Based on the fact that the ships and sailors have not been turned to Ukraine from Russia, I have decided it would be best for all parties concerned to cancel my previously scheduled meeting." We are now joined by RT's very own Scottie Nell Hughes, who is in Buenos Aires with these updates. Scottie, we've been seeing this before, Trump canceling meetings last minute. What's the feeling like on the ground?
Well, that is an interesting one, Sarah, because everybody's still kind of scratching their heads, kind of going, what do we do next? We have this great agenda that we were sent this morning, finally, 24 hours before the start of the summit, of President Trump, very detailed exactly who he's going to meet with, when pictures were going to be done. And now one of the most important parts of this agenda, out the window with a simple tweet. Now, it's been interesting as we've been monitoring all day the different statements coming from the White House, the RNC, as well as just different reporters to find out if we have any more knowledge of how this all went down and what the president his expectations are moving forward. And to be honest with you, coming out of the White House, things that they're putting out, I'm seeing issues about Melania's decorations at the Christmas decorations, and then also comments about Elizabeth Warren coming from the RNC. What is missing, however, is what happens next between Russia and the United States. Now, this leadership meeting was about a wide variety of issues, and there's obviously some economic issues that need to be discussed. But there were also some security issues that were going to be on the table between President Trump and President Putin that we kind of now go, what happens with those? Biggest issue, obviously, being not only the issue in the Ukraine, but also Syria, as well as the tensions that are arising between Saudi Arabia and Israel. All of those issues need to be addressed, and while other leaders we know can talk one-on-one with each other from the various countries that are going to be here, the truth is it all remains on how President Trump and their interaction. Now, this probably does shake the confidence of the other leaders, because if President Trump is willing to stop a meeting via tweet with President Putin, that means it kind of opens it up for everybody else, not only now, but down the road. President Trump has been traditionally against these types of meetings. He's usually made fun of them, mocked them, gone to the front of the line, as we have seen. But this one, he was actually walking into some very friendly territory, as a lot of the different members who were going to be here had just been recently elected from populist agendas, sort of like the one that President Trump had run on, whether we're talking about controlling illegals coming into the country, or subsidies, or government welfare, or even just beefing up law enforcement in the military. A lot of these new leaders, like from Italy as well as Brazil, were elected on the same way that President Trump was here in the United States, and yet here is the drama that's going into it. So the question is going to be, after we start the meetings tomorrow, is what effect is this going to have? And are we going to start seeing sort of a checkers game that we thought we were going to play within the meetings start to happen outside of the meetings? I will tell you this, it's going to make it just as awkward for that family photo that they always do at the G20 as it's going to be just as awkward going into some of these interactions between the two different folks. The other out is going to be outside, where here on the ground, security at the G20 has definitely ramped up and beefed up, as most people have either left the city or they are no longer allowed within a perimeter of the city. And I have to tell you, I have been through a lot of different events where presidential leaders and various leaders have been to. This one is probably one of the tightest, one of the worst, as you definitely have iron fences basically gating off various areas around Buenos Aires, especially down here around some of the key hotels and key sites. So tomorrow morning, we're going to wake up, and while we thought today we were going to wake up and it was going to be a less dramatic day, the truth is the whole agenda changed. Could it change again tomorrow, Sarah? I don't know. Stay tuned. But whatever you decide, I guarantee we at RT America are going to be covering it and telling you the truth of what is actually going on.
Thank you for being down there, Scottie. And let's just hope that they can find some common ground and come up with a unity closing statement. But we'll keep following the story.
Hey YouTube, thanks for checking out our channel. We hope you enjoyed the video. We have tons of content for you just like this. For more of RT America's one-of-a-kind news and analysis, be sure to subscribe and never stop questioning more.